Soy Podcast. Let's speak on it. Speak on this. Let's speak on it. Speak on this. Throw me a topic. Let's speak on this. Say that again. Let's lean on it. That is my opinion. I'm being honest. That is the fact. Don't meme on this. Speak on it. Speak on it. Speak on it. Let's speak on it. Speak on it. You thought we were done? Throw me a topic. Let's speak on it. Say that again. Let's lean on it. That is my opinion. I'm being honest. That is the fact. Don't mean on this. Speak on it. Speak on it. Speak on it. Speak on it. Throw me a topic. Let's speak on it. Say that again. Let's lean on it. That is my opinion. I'm being honest. That is the fact. Don't mean on this. Speak on it. Speak on it.
Soy. All right, we got Alex in the house, yo, boys. Yo, it's Maestro. Welcome back to Speak on It Podcast Season 2.
Yes, sir.
All right, man, we got some dope people already lined up. And today, whatever you're watching, this is nothing different. We have the man in the house, Alex, and he has already put his fingerprint on the show.
Yeah.
All right. I don't know if y'all gonna see behind the scenes stuff, but he has already done that, man. But we don't start our show without saying this. How has your week been? So I'll start actually with my daughter on my left, Blessed. I always start with him in season 2. I've started with him a lot, But the reason why I do it, because I want to give everybody time to formulate their thoughts. I don't want to put my dog Alex on the spot. Like, what is he talking about?
Bro, I'm already here. This is the spot.
This is the spot. I feel you, bro. So, bro, how's your week been leading up to this episode, man?
The week been smooth, bro. It's been raining. I've been going home early. Starting back Mr. G train. That's been going well.
That's what's up, man.
I'm waking up early in the morning. Family good. It's been a good week, actually.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Damn,
And
I
my
hear
boy
that.
on the show. Yes, sir.
Yo. Ninja Mark. What's
What
good,
up,
bro?
Man, Samo. Just work. Been studying. Make sure I get my health right and my mind right. Been studying. Trying to get the work done. You know what I mean?
Man.
Samo, bro. Nothing changed. Glad to meet you, bro. Finally, I
Likewise,
heard a lot about you,
likewise.
man.
Thank you.
I'm
Thank
excited. Let's see.
Yeah,
Let's see.
yeah,
man. It's
yeah.
gonna be
I
great.
hope I live up to the hype.
Nah, man. You already did. You already did. Ain't nothing
Yeah,
else you
we
can do,
did.
bro. I'm done. I'm
I thought it
so
was on there mentally.
I'm so bro. Yes. You
Yo,
can't give
yo,
away the
Mr. Behind the
BTS,
scenes.
bro.
Ah,
They don't even
this
see
guy,
it yet.
this guy.
But before I get to Alex, the anticipation is building up right now. Well, I see Mark talking about the stuff he be doing. I seen him the other day when we were together. I was like, is this man a linebacker? Like, what?
Come on,
man,
let's stop.
coming from the gym.
He said he'd be a
Word.
cornerback.
Cornerback.
Yeah.
He was wearing one of those like fitted like workout whatever.
Oh,
I'm like
Compression shirts.
compression shirts. I'm like, bro, he looked like he's going
No,
to
not
a
the
training camp.
compression shirt,
It feels like it's one of
The
those though.
other shirt. Oh my
I
god.
forgot what it's called, man.
It's a
The-
name
the
for a
weighted-
football.
the
It's a
weighted
football
shirt?
name for it.
It's the
We ain't
shirt
gonna
that-
get it.
It's like
if
tight
you
shirt,
sweat-
like you sweat like
But it-
Sweat resistant or whatever, or it sucks
know
out your
what I mean?
sweat.
It's like a neoprene. So like it makes you sweat more.
No. It's like if you sweat, it just dry fit.
Dry
Oh my
fit.
god.
Yeah, that's what it is.
It's
I
dry
did
really
it.
quickly and it fits good.
Yeah,
That's why they
Dry
did it.
fit.
Hey,
Oh my
if
God.
this guy those two decide to start working out, he's already got.
Well,
the
he's
size.
already
He's
working
already
out.
if he takes it
I've
seriously,
been running. I'm trying
If
to
they
do
decided to
a-
take this thing seriously, man, they
Ready
would
to
look
go.
like
Trying
a
to go
little,
5K.
little skinny boy.
Oh,
All right.
Trust me, I just around the corner. I remember that last time I told you about your shoulders. I'm like, them boys beasting now.
And I've been consistent.
Oh,
That's-
hey, yeah.
Yeah.
I just want to
Week
throw out here.
9?
This is the first time. This is week 9. Week 9, bro.
Yeah.
It's- oof.
Keep it up.
You've
Keep
been
it
working
up.
out.
I passed.
I just
passed
completed
the
week
hump.
2, so I'm.
You just gotta get past that hump. Once
Yeah.
you get that
You
first
really
hump
feel
of
good.
consistency,
Yeah.
True,
now it kind of like falls into place, and it's almost like, yo, I feel weird if I don't.
Yeah.
You
know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Once I get to that place, I know like I'm in an optimal place to,
Yeah.
be able to
Mhm.
perform and
Yeah.
stay consistent.
Yeah.
You want to
So
hear the
that-
secret? Make sure you have a community, man. When you go there, it's like there's a community. You have people you talk to,
Absolutely. Absolutely.
It's like, bro, you feel like you're in a safe space. You feel me? You're not just there to work out. You have friends you talk to. You get so close to people sometimes. Like, bro, even though I'm not gonna do a lot of workout, I'm gonna get to see this and this person. It's like, bro, it's not just working out. It's like
Yeah.
a community, and you feel better mentally as well, not just physically. So
I'm
that's
glad
why
you
I
said
go.
that, man.
Yeah.
Because my trainer, for example, I
Mhm.
always tell him about, shout out to GoFit. I always
Yeah.
tell them one of the things that make them so unique is
Yeah.
not about the gym. Everybody has a gym on
Yeah.
every corner.
Yeah.
The community.
Yeah.
When I get text messages from
Mhm.
my trainer or the other owner of the gym, yo, haven't seen you in 2
Yeah,
years.
bro.
What's up?
Mm-hmm.
And then the trainer says to me, yo, start sending me pictures of all your meals.
Right.
What?
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Boy.
That level of accountability, bro,
Yeah.
that brotherhood,
It helps.
That brother,
bond,
it
that
helps,
community.
bro. Trust me. I
I
did
need
not.
to get on that.
I
this
never
super-
knew. I never knew I would like going to the gym, bro.
Yeah.
I was always fit. Like as a kid, it's like, bro, why? I don't need to work out. And
Yeah,
then
now
I
it's
started-
different.
like, bro, I love this.
more than
But
the
there's
workout.
more than one reason why I go. You know what I mean?
I know.
There's more.
Hey,
More
we'll
than
talk
the
about that
workout.
later. We'll talk about
All right, man. So, how have you been leading up to this episode? I don't want to not ask you that question,
Yes,
even
sir.
though you started talking some truth already.
Yeah.
But how have you been, bro?
Honestly, man, this is nervous, man. Even right now, sitting here, I'm nervous.
I can't believe it, bro.
I
I cannot
can't-
believe it.
No
I'm
way,
sorry.
bro.
What?
But
It's-
I'll
it's-
take your word for it.
Yeah.
I put my pants on one leg at a time. Just like I'm human, I promise you. Nah, it's nervous. It's always a nervous feeling to me because one, for me, I don't like wasteful conversation. So if y'all, I don't like wasting people's time either.
Yeah.
So if I come here, my mindset is like, yo, what am I going to offer of value for them, for whoever's watching, whatever? What am I really bringing to the table?
Yeah.
You know, am I just gonna come out here and just, talk out of my neck or whatever?
Yeah.
Or is it gonna be something impactful that someone can use or whatever the case may be?
Yes, sir.
So it's been even more stressful because I haven't had time to think about what this was going to be about.
Gotcha.
I've been like neck deep in work and the routine and life, all that good stuff. You know how it is.
Mm.
So I was like, you know what? I need to finish whatever I had on my plate for this week, clear myself mentally to get here and be prepared for whatever questions. I have zero anticipation of what you guys may ask, where the conversation may go. I don't know. I just came here prepared to be able to speak openly, honestly, and transparently. And that's
Oh, and that's
That's
what we're
what it
all about for sure. And he already talking about it really because he's saying neck deep in work and life. And that's what we're talking about, the commitment. This is episode is about how do you stay committed and because you have so much. I know you personally, of course. I know you got a wife, you got 2 kids. You're a full-on entrepreneur with your own business, bro. I watched you when you left your job and took this on head on. I watched you when you started and just grew to this point. So it's like, the goal for today's episode is help someone like see these tips. Like, how can I stay committed? Because you got to be divided, but you need to put 100% in everything that you're divided in. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Like, you're a boss, you're a husband, you're a father. All those things need your attention. So their goal is like, how do you stay committed to all these things with all that going at the same time? It's not like, oh, wife clock in at 9, she clocks in at 12. You know,
there's a
what I
lot
mean?
of overlap.
Yeah,
There's a lot of overlap. Just again, me being transparent and open and honest, it's not something I've even mastered at this point. It's something that I'm now starting to get my bearings a little bit better than it was before. But life is always about that balancing act. You know what I'm saying? How do you manage the other people's expectations in your life, like whether it be your spouse or your kids or your work or whatever the case, you have other commitments. How do you balance all that? But more importantly, how does all that balance with you and your own self well-being? We're 2021. We already know 2020 how that was. I think now that spotlight on mental health has been more prevalent than ever before. Now it's like the topic of every discussion. So where I'm at is, how do I maintain this? Because the rest of that stuff, my wife, God forbid, my kids, God forbid, they'll be okay. But if I'm not 100%, what am I really bringing to the table for them or for my job, my work, my clients? If I'm not 100% whole, what's the point? Like, what am I really bringing? You know what I'm saying? So it's a balance act, man. And I don't think it's something you ever master. You just kind of, as you grow, as your business grows, as your family grows, your commitments grow or change, as that stuff happening, bro, like I feel like all of that is you're continuously evolving with it simultaneously. This week, I've mastered my life up into this point right here. All right. Next week, all right, now I have a whole new set of clients, or I lost a client, or I've gained 5 new ones, whatever. I have to maneuver differently. All right. Little man is in school right now. They're learning alphabets and letters. I got him in, and now we put him in a new school. He's coming home with homework now at 4. I got to maneuver that now. You know what I'm saying? Like, as soon as I get my hand around something and I've got this, something changes. So, yeah, there's no master. It's just, how do you evolve and rise to the occasion, rise to the task?
Stay flexible.
Got to stay flexible. Absolutely.
What I've heard, even though it's how you evolve and how you adapt to week, day to day, even if that's the case. But I hear start with yourself, balancing yourself first, because that's going to help you balance everything out. Because you're the fundamental base. You know what I mean? I've always said, if everyone's leaning on you, then you need to make sure you're strong. You know what I mean? So it doesn't make sense that they're leaning on you, you're taking care of them, and you're not taking care of yourself, because once you crumble, then they're all gonna crumble. Exactly. So that I hear that big and loud, and I man, that's something like I've learned from my dad, that unspoken teaching, because I saw him balancing, and like in the Caribbean where we're always supporting the outside family from home, and it's like he missed a couple beats at home. And that caused a lot of stress between them two, my parents. So I saw that, and I'm like, you know what? I see you, Dad. It's a mistake, but I see it as a learning. Yeah. Before I take care of outside, I gotta take care of home. You know what I mean? And before I take care of home, I gotta take care of myself. So,
bro, you know what's crazy? You said that specific about that. Grant and I was talking just yesterday about we were talking about purpose, spiritual purpose in life and whatnot, right? Mm-hmm. Somehow the conversation came up about me being a pastor or some craziness. I don't even know about that. But
you're a pastor?
No.
It's on his life.
Don't do that to yourself. So, moving on. So the conversation was geared towards that, and he asked me, like, what is it that I'm so fearful of about, if that were to be my actual calling? And my first response was, I've seen what pastors' lives are like. And the first people who get neglected in their life? Their family, their kids, their spouse. I can't afford that. This already is a juggling, you know what I'm saying? Like, and don't get me wrong, the intentions are good for the pastors. They're helping other people. Shepherding. You know what I'm saying? But as good as the intention was, somebody else ends up getting the short end of the stick. Yeah. So, and I'm saying that to put in perspective even what I'm doing. Yeah. And, Gibson, we've had this conversation about how our wives just don't understand, like, yo, I'm out here in these streets trying to take care of home. That's why I'm not home. Yes. You know what I'm saying? So home could be okay. That is my job as a provider, my job as a man, spiritually. Wired. That's how I am wired. I don't know anything else outside of that. You know what I'm saying? To me, I'm a complete failure if I'm not taking care of home and family. I get it. She's a woman. We're wired differently. She's not going to understand that 100%, and that's okay. So, me thinking about that, she hit me with something that was like, oh man, all right. I thought I had a point until you said that. And it doesn't matter how hard I work and how much I provide and give my kids everything in the world if I don't give them any time. When she hit me with that, man, I was like, I got to figure this out. This balance thing, it's detrimental if I don't figure this out. Yeah. So, it's super important. It's super important.
Yeah, even to that point, and we'll shift to, obviously we're talking about commitment. Like, I've found myself at points in time where, for what I do for provision work, whatever, to be like, all right, I'm done with this right now. I'm just going home. Yeah. Even if I knew I could have done more, I could have stayed longer, whatever. I've got to points where I was like, even Gibson probably be on the phone. I'm like, yeah, bro, I'm going to go right now. Whatever, Not that she texts me or call me. I just feel it. You just feel like, absolutely. Absolutely. And I've had that conversation, I guess, for Ninja too. You will have that conversation. I think a lot of guys.
I will have that conversation, but at the same time, you know what I mean? I feel like that's the reason why I'm setting myself up in a way where it's like, even before we even like get married, like you'll understand, like this is what I do. This is what you should expect. I'm gonna give you everything I can, like as much as I can. But I have a different mindset. You know me better than Gibson and anybody else. Like, yo, I'm all about flexibility, but at the same time, I don't believe in happy wife, happy life. I saw something that says happy spouse, happy house. I saw, I think it was the Plus in Mind podcast. They posted that. Happy spouse, happy house. Not happy wife, happy life, bro. Nah,
she gotta live your. Married herself then. If that was
you hear that a lot. Happy wife, happy life, bro. Nah. Like, but I understand flexibility. Women is not. They're not always gonna understand certain things. Like, why are you out there so long? You gotta chase. You gotta provide. And when you can't provide, then you lose them. You lose them. But then when you're trying to provide, it's like, obviously you gotta know who you get involved with before you even get married. Just know them.
That was it. That was literally the answer right there.
Yeah.
All right, let us shift gear real quick. It was dope.
Yeah.
Those everything we said right here.
Yeah.
I felt like we were gonna go somewhere else. We're not going there. We talking about Alex today, yo.
Yes,
So
yes.
Alex,
Stop, I know.
all this commitment stuff we talking about. Obviously you have a whole, structure, family, work, whatever. We want to dive into the work part. Because as Blessed mentioned earlier, you left a job to do what you feel like you need to do, and I can understand that because I've recently done that.
Hey,
To
congrats,
do,
man.
to do something. I left the job to do something
Almost
I
a
know.
year now.
Yeah, February. I left in February. And to do something I feel like I am more flexible to give me time, so I can understand, what you're doing. So let's just talk about the beginning part, like how this all came about. What are you doing now? That you left whatever you were doing before to do. What is it that you're doing now?
All right, so I own and run a video production company. So we specialize in shooting commercials and content creation for small businesses, small to medium-sized businesses, and overall just branding. So we help businesses tell their story. One thing you'll notice is that, there's a lot of great graphic designers out there. There's a lot of great businesses out there, all that good stuff. But if your audience can't connect to your brand and make that connection, what's the point of it? So I don't try. My company specializes in telling those stories to help them connect with their audience on a emotional level, essentially. And once you've connected with somebody emotionally, you can sell them whatever you want.
You got them.
You can sell them water or sand at the beach. So that's kind of the focus of what Believe Media, what we do at Believe Media. I think you asked earlier as well what that process was like leaving. That was stressful. That's what it was. I had a vision in my mind before I left my job that there was a certain amount of money I needed in the bank first. And my goal was always, and again, if y'all know me, I'm gonna speak candidly. I'll tell y'all numbers. I don't care. It's whatever. And I say that because I had so many questions that people weren't answering because they were afraid to talk about salary or numbers. And it left me in a weird place like, okay, well, what am I supposed to, like, it didn't help. Like, what am I supposed to charge people? You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's a big deal. That's a big deal. So, and people, when they stray away from like creative specifically, they always feel like it's a competition thing. And I'm like, no. And I used to be that way. I'm not gonna lie to you. I've been jealous of other creators all day. But it took me some time to realize and grow out of that place to understand that, one, there's enough money to go around. Two, I am the best at what I do. There is no other Alex Bailey. There is no other Gibson. There is no other Mark. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't do what you do. Even if we do the same thing. You're still better at you. For sure. And it took me some growing up to finally understand that. So backtracking a little bit about like kind of where I started that vision of having, a year's salary saved in the bank. At that time I was making, I don't know, like $52,000 a year. So my goal was, all right, I need to save $52,000. So God forbid anything happens, I can still take care of home. That never happened.
Right.
I might have $1,000. Like maybe.
The vision is good.
Yeah, the vision was great. The execution part I wasn't doing so good on. So, and mind you, simultaneously we were working on buying a house. So it was like I was trying to clear up some last minute debt that I had left over from credit card stuff. And again, I have credit card debt to this day. I'm okay with it because it's all business related.
But you need it.
First of all, yes.
You need that.
That's why my credit is where it's at now. In a good way.
In a good way. Pay it. But you need to have it. You need to have the history.
You have to have the history. And we learned that the hard way, especially when we bought our house. But, whatever the case may be. So I looked at that situation like, all right, well, I don't have the money saved. I don't have really anything set up in place. I don't have any processes. I don't have a system. I don't have people that I'm really working with to say, hey, go do this or I'll do this. I had nothing going on for me. I had two things. I had a wife who believed in what I was doing, and I had a God, a heavenly Father, who was like, yo, just step out. I got you.
Alex right here.
Oh, okay. Well, thanks for your time.
Wow, we're going to collect the offering now? What's going on?
Not the offering. Not the offering.
Let me pull out the work.
No, I'm done with you, man. Let's go ahead and get this benediction. No, man. So it was literally a leap of faith. And I'm going to try and keep it really short as possible. It's a long story.
Good.
So the long and short of it was my job at that time. I was a graphic designer at a marketing agency. And at that time, they were going through some financial situations, whatever the case may be. And they ended up letting go a couple of people, blase. Cool. I was like, all right, you know what? I'm still the best at what I do. I'm secure. I'm good. Fine. A few weeks after that, they cut everybody's pay. So I was like, oh, all right, I wasn't expecting that one. You know what I mean? Like it threw me for a loop. So I remember, I'll never forget that day. I came home and wifey was like, "Yo, what's wrong? Why you look like that?" I was like, "That's some bad news. They're cutting our pay at work. Mind you, we're in the midst of talking about buying a house in the next couple of months. So we're like, okay. So yeah, she took it way worse than I did. In my mind, I was like, all right, cool. You know what?
Of course you would. Of course you would.
Yeah, in my mind, I'm like, all right, well, it sucks, but yeah, whatever. We're good. She was so upset. Like, not on some like, oh, you're making less money type of thing. It was on some like, why now? Like we're trying to build. Like, why now?
Yeah.
So she was like, she went into her mode for like a good half an hour. She's like, I'll be back. Go for a walk. My wife, she goes for a walk. It's serious, right? So I was like, oh dang, okay, this is really serious.
Wow.
So I was like, damn, bro, let me get these papers together. So I don't know what's about to happen. She comes back inside and she looks me in my eyes. Come here. I was like, all right, dang, mom, what's up? She looks me in the eyes and she says to me, what is it going to take for you to launch your own business? What? Mind you, at least she knows. This has been my dream since I was like in high school to be my own, to follow my footsteps of my father and be an entrepreneur, own my own. This has always been my dream. When I started photography a decade ago, 10 years, I've been waiting for this moment right here. So when she came to me with that, I was like, all right, I don't have like anything saved up in preparation for this. Like this is like 2 years ahead of schedule right now. She was like, I didn't ask you all that. What is it going to take? All right. I don't know. Shoot, I didn't think about it. let me put some, make some calls or whatever. So she was like, all right, we got to start praying about this and start working on this. Like we have a new plan in place. I was like, all right, cool, fine. That was like a Friday or a Saturday or something like that. I don't remember what day it was. Whatever. That same Sunday, we got up to go to church. We got up late. Little man slept in late. It was a whole thing. We didn't go. So she pulls up a sermon online on YouTube to watch. This is my first time ever watching or even hearing about Michael Todd. So you already know.
All right? Time it is.
This is in the middle. We caught like the fourth message of his Crazy Faith series. The infamous Crazy Faith series from 2019. This is the first time I've ever seen him, any of that. He opens the sermon and says, man, sometimes you got to trust God. Don't be afraid to start that business. Don't be afraid to step out on faith. I almost jumped off the couch. Wait a minute. You put him up to this? Threw me for a loop. So I was like, dang, God, what are you saying to me right now? All right, cool. Still don't have no money. Cool. So a couple days later, a friend of mine who we don't speak often at all, we talk maybe 3 times a year, like calls me out the blue. Yeah, Alex, I had a dream that you started a company.
Oh, wow.
This is 2 days after that message. 3 days after Alicia and I had the conversation about what it takes. I was like, all right, say less, God. You playing games. All right, say less. Went in grind mode now. Now I'm looking at all my resources, looking at all my connects, who I have, who I can reach out to, how I can build a business that's going to sustain itself, take care of my family, provide for me. That, because at the end of the day, God, as much as I trust you, I cannot allow my family to suffer because of my passion, my aspirations. That's huge for me. So he was like, yo, I got you. He just kept on sending people to reaffirm what he's already told me. Desleen came to me. Grantley came to me and was like, bro, this you were made for this. Let's go. What are we talking about right now? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So after all that confirmation hit, I was like, yo, I think I can do this. Then I started believing in myself, slowly but surely. Everybody around me saw it, but I didn't. So I was like, all right, you know what? I'm going to take a leap of faith.
Yes,
and my biggest philosophy was this, man. At that time, I was 29. I said to myself, yo, if I do this for 2 solid years, commit to it. If I fail, I still got 30 years I can make up for it.
Yes. Yeah.
I'll never be this young ever again. I will never have this opportunity ever again. I will never have another wife who believes in me like this.
That's huge, man.
That is huge.
And that has to be the mindset, bro. Oh my God. So I'm that was like the quick and dirty of it. How I took that leap of faith and decided to step out, quit my job, put my 2 weeks notice in. Funny enough, they hired me back to do consulting work for them, which I'm doing right now.
Full circle.
I'm doing video stuff now. I think it's hilarious, bro. But even during this journey, we're on we just started year 3 of our business. We just hit the 2-year mark back in September. And it's been a journey, man. And like, there's been so many like little messages I've gotten, even in those hard times. Again, being candid, in December of last year, 2020, I was in that, they always talk about feast or famine. I was in that feast mode. Like,
Mhm.
all right, cool. I've been working, got money. We're
Mhm.
not like balling, but
Yeah.
my bills
We
are taken
good,
care
yeah,
of,
yeah.
and there's a little extra left over
Yeah.
just in case anything.
Mhm.
We're comfortable. We're good.
Mhm.
January comes, and I was working like a dog, like every day. I'm putting like 60, 70 hours in each week.
Mm.
Not a single dollar came into my bank account for the entire month of January. And it was because, and you guys know, video production people, especially working with businesses, sometimes they invoice you for 30 days, 45 days, 90 days. I had some government clients as well who they don't pay you for 45 to 90 days. So there was money out there. It's just,
It's
it wasn't,
pending.
it's pending.
Wow.
So I was working harder than ever before now, all of a sudden. And all of January, halfway through February, almost at the end of February before I finally got a check. It was the most uncomfortable I've been financially since I stepped out and said, hey, this is what I'm going to do. And in that time was when the lessons came. It was like when I finally resurfaced, it was like, okay, I can breathe again. Like there's a little comfort, there's a little, a little cushion now. Is when I had to reevaluate everything that I was doing, and I realized that my business structure was wrong. How I was charging people was wrong. What I was charging people was wrong, and I wasn't charging my true worth of my time, and that was my issue. And I was bending over backwards for clients, man. I didn't have anything to show for it. Not even work that I was proud of. You know what I'm saying? Because I was so like
so
busy
with other stuff.
I couldn't pay attention like I normally do. When I got out of that season, I was like, man, this has got to change. Everything's got to change. And it took that L to really be like, all right, I got to take a step back and realize I've been working in the business and not on the business. And that's always the biggest thing that I never understood until that moment. So, yeah, man, I don't know if I answered your question. I'm not going to lie to you. Okay.
Bro, you answered like 4.
You answered like
Yeah.
5 questions that was supposed to be asked.
You answered when did it start?
Yeah.
10
How
years
old
ago,
you was.
How old you. But even at that age, you didn't even thought of photography. You just knew you wanted to have your own business. Was in high school, right?
So,
or did you have photography?
Photography, I
You
started.
said it started before that.
Yeah, I've been a photographer since 2011, and I was literally in between 2 jobs. Like I had quit one, and I had a whole month before the other one started. So I was like, all right, pick up. I'm kind of bored.
Yeah.
So I did what every guy does. I started hitting the gym hard body. Like we in here every single day. I got time now. I have no excuses.
Yeah.
After 2 weeks, I'm like, man, I'm kind of bored. You know what I'm saying? Like I needed something to fill up my time. So I bought this little Fuji camera. It was so cheap. It was like $150 for the camera. And I just started taking pictures of everything, like bikes, cars, people walking, trees, leaves, so many leaves. You know what I'm saying? Like anything was moving, bro. I was taking pictures, and it literally started there. Like that's literally how the journey started. So 5 or 6 years into it, I was like, yo, like I'm making money on the side. It's a nice little side hustle. I'm getting an extra $150, $200, $300 here and there. It's a nice little side hustle.
Worth it.
It's worth it. But then I was like, man, what if I actually like double down and like really paid attention and like focused on this? So I started taking the craft serious. Started watching all kinds of videos about just elevating the game, how my photos look, how I was shooting, changing all of that stuff. So for the next 2 or 3 years, I just spent that time building on my look, my quality, upping equipment, upping the production, all that, just making stuff look better. And I neglected the business side of it the entire time. So then when I finally was ready to launch, I didn't know where to start. I mean, I had an LLC, but I didn't know how to file taxes properly.
Yeah.
I didn't know the difference between being an LLC and filing as S Corp. Did y'all even know that?
You just helped me.
The government gives you tax breaks if you file as an S Corp. They're basically giving you breaks for filing your taxes a certain way, even though you're LLC. Now, I also want to put this disclaimer out there. I am not by any means a tax lawyer or an accountant. So check a financial advisor. So check with the pros. But yeah, there are like legal. I won't even call them loopholes. There's just legal processes and things that you can do in order to offset some of your income and also not avoid paying taxes. Not that, but offset your tax burden essentially. So. Yeah, and this is what the rich people do. This is what the people who don't know.
Yeah.
That's just one of the many things out there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah, man. As a creative, I neglected the whole business side. It was all about the creative and looking good on the work and coming out there with 10 cameras and looking dope and taking photos here, wanting to shoot for celebrities, but I neglected how to run a business. And that's why I shot myself in the foot. So yeah, that's super important.
And then so the high school part, that was just that's when the passion of just entrepreneurship came in.
I've always been a creator, man.
Oh, okay.
Since I was like 11, I used to I used to play. I remember one summer my dad brought me to New York to work with him or whatever. I was there for the entire summer, but I couldn't go to the job because he does construction. So I was home like in the apartment the whole day with his cousin or whatever. And his cousin used to play The Sims. So she introduced me to The Sims, and I was like, "Yo, this looks whack." But then I see her like building these houses. I was like, "Yo, this is all right, hold up. Let me see this real quick." I spent hours building houses, designing it from the inside out, like hours. It's all I did for the summer. And I used to write music. I used to do poetry, anything creative I can get my hands on. I knew that this is I didn't know what it was going to look like, what medium, but I knew that this was the industry and the realm that I wanted to go down. Was just to create. So yeah, the entrepreneurship thing that came from my dad, bro. Just seeing him grow up, me growing up and seeing him own his business, being his own boss for so many years, it was second nature. Yeah. When my dad says he's going to work, I'm not thinking about he's going to go clock in. I'm thinking, he's about to do what he always does. This is a norm for him.
This is what he does.
Yeah, this is what he does, man. So on a quick segue, I just want to throw this in there. I saw a meme the other day. It was like, because we were talking about quitting your job and stuff. A person's biggest fear is leaving. A future entrepreneur's biggest fear is leaving their 9-to-5 and starting their business. Oh yeah. An entrepreneur's biggest fear is leaving their job and having to go work for somebody.
Oh yeah, that is
bro. So again, that was the norm for my dad. So my thought, bro, I've always been uncomfortable working for other people. I knew that this is the realm we're going down. So
push you to go harder when you like. I don't want to go back to the 9-to-5. I'm on.
I have to
$100 a week. I'm gonna do it. I mean,
bro, there was a time after college, got my degree and everything, got this job in marketing, and I hated it. If I could be transparent with you, there was one morning, the turning point for me. There was one morning I drove 45 minutes every single day for traffic. Got to my job, I sat in the car and I cried. I was like, "Yo,
it's time to leave.
This can't be life. This can't be life. Like I can't. This can't be everything that I'm meant to do right here. Because if it is, this is sad. And that was for me when the moment I was like, nope, something's got to change.
You know why? Because you inside, you're not a 9-to-5 person. That's the reason why some people, they love 9-to-5. They can't do no. I have a friend of mine. I'm like, bro, like, she's a girl. Like, it's a girl. I'm like, would you rather have a 9-to-5 or have your own business? She's like, nah, I want a 9-to-5. I don't have to worry about the stress. I know work.
It's a difference.
I go to work. I get paid. Yeah, I ain't got to worry about nothing. Just show up.
People are built different.
Yeah. And there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. That's what I'm saying. It's because you're a business person. Like,
it's in you.
You know why I'm okay with that though? One, I mean, there has to be somebody who's working.
Right.
For
I am definitely for it. I'm definitely for people who's like that too. Yeah.
But then also too, to her point though, this is not for everybody.
No,
this is the quickest way to expose your insecurities and your weaknesses.
Emotionally,
mentally, financially, physically. This is the quickest way to expose any weaknesses that you have in terms of that.
And you were married when you started. This is where it's like it's a blessing that your wife just gave you the green light. But it's like, yeah, go for it. I feel like that was the biggest thing ever.
Absolutely. Because she initiated that. I wasn't gonna do this.
This is what they say, like when they say your spouse is your backbone. That's pretty much it right there. Like, yo, she initiated it, man. Like, absolutely. Wow. That gave you strength. Even if you're not doing well, you're like, bro, I know she got my back. If you went into it and she's like, no, don't do it, and you still went into it.
That's a whole nother stress. That's a whole nother stress.
Boy, man.
Yeah, but nah, man. She believed in me and saw something that in that time I just couldn't see for myself. I didn't see an out. I didn't see like this can actually be a feasible business.
You got a good one, man. That's all I can say.
I know, man.
You got a real one.
Don't tell me that.
So we're kind of right in the meat of it now. So we see the commitment to work and the journey you went through overall. But even in that same process, like you said, you was married. How did you kept that balance going? What was the whole, I guess, nut in the shell of that basically and you're not only just married, bro, you're a dad square. So you know what I mean? Congratulations on the new one too. So you know, you got kids, you're expanding your family as you're expanding your business. What was the process and how did you stay committed to not be like, you know what, I'm gonna give up this and you know, something, because you know, in most cases something would have gave. In most cases, but you held both of them strong.
No, something gave. I'm not gonna say in front with you. Something definitely gave. It affected our marriage drastically. You know, when two people come into a relationship and y'all have expectations of the other person and they're not being met, it's always gonna be friction. You know what I'm saying? And we argued so much about this. I mean, I can recall an argument maybe about a month ago about this exact same thing. So here was the problem. And I know, Mark, you said something about this earlier about, hey, the girl you're with, like, hey, this is, you know what I do. This is what I do. You already set that expectation.
You know.
So if we get married and things don't change, you can't be mad because you met me like this.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I didn't have that.
Here we go.
Here we go. She met
I don't
me.
know if that goes out there, bro.
I don't know.
I'm just letting you know.
Yo,
We're gonna let you figure it out.
Yeah.
When my wife met me,
she's not.
And even if she's there,
she's
she
there.
might change.
Yeah.
She gonna change. Yeah. I'm hoping. I gotta have hope.
She might change.
I gotta have hope. You feel me?
Maybe I
I'm
ain't
giving
say
myself
that.
hope.
I ain't say that, baby. That was Gibson.
That's in the fine
You
print.
can whisper. You can whisper. It's all right. You don't have to say it out
That's in the
loud.
fine print, bro.
Gibson, stop kicking me on the table.
Yo, they kicked me the first time. You thought it was you.
Bro, like, I agree. Subject to change.
You're subject to change.
Subject to
subject to change.
There you go. Subject. to
Yeah,
change.
man. Nah, that was a huge part for our relationship because it was when she met me, I was in the prime of like learning. And I've always been a student of the game. That's never gonna change. I used to spend hours on YouTube, man. Like I'm talking, I used to go to work, at that time in college. I used to go to school, whatever, come home from classes, go to work for another 6 or 7 hours, come home 9, 10 o'clock at night, and I'm on YouTube until about 3, 4 a.m. in the morning before I have to go back to school again at 8 a.m. in both. That was my 9 to 5. That was my sun up to sundown, Monday through Friday. And then Saturdays, while everybody's out partying and stuff like that, that was never me. I was home like in it. Yo, I gotta learn this Photoshop because this thing is confusing. You know what I'm saying? Like that was my grind. And there was a point in time I was shooting free photo shoots just for the practice.
Yeah.
So you can get,
Every single weekend. I would not be home. I'm shooting. You know what I'm saying? I'm grinding. I'm failing
Yeah.
intentionally. So I can figure out whatever. That's where she met me. But I had to be realistic. I told this woman that, hey, I'm committing to you
Yeah.
in front of God and all our family and friends for a lifetime. I think everything can't stay the same. It can't. You know what I'm saying? There has to be, I hate to use the word compromise, but there has to be some wiggle room for things to be able to change. Like remember we talked about
change is
flexibility.
good.
Change is good,
Yeah,
absolutely. Because I don't want to be that guy who was working like that. Because I realized how quickly I burned out. You know what I'm saying? And burnout is a real thing. It's a real thing. I've had mental breakdowns because of just overwhelming stress and constant noise.
That's why going to the gym is so important.
Super important. Whatever it is, if it's
Whatever
the
it
gym,
helps you relieve.
Oh yeah, I guess whatever.
your therapy thing is for you, man.
True,
and I'm gonna say this too, you just to
Because
piggyback
Alex
off of
thinks
that.
basketball.
I used to, man.
Oh,
but
yeah, true.
yeah.
So we
I'm
all
31
play
now.
ball?
I'm 31. My knees are 31 now. So I'm trying to get back to it. Though. I'm gonna get there. I'm gonna get there.
I feel you.
But just to piggyback real quick off of that mental thing and finding an outlet. One of the things I did this year after I had my 2 mental breakdowns, like 2 weeks apart, I was like, yo, you know what? I gotta find something that's not related to my industry at all. Something I can lose myself in and work on. And I picked up a bass guitar. I'm not good at it, but that's okay. Like,
Music is good, bro.
It's just something
Therapy.
else. That
Therapy.
and then the gym thing also has been drastically helping me to
is
stay
good.
focused.
Very
And
good.
you know what I'm saying?
That's what's up.
But yeah, man, we've had a lot of issues about that, and it was just about having open dialogue to say, hey, look, babe, look, this is what's going to happen this week. And I realized that it wasn't so much about me not always being home. It was her issue. I wasn't doing a good job of setting the expectation for her about what my week looked like and when I was coming home. That was her biggest issue.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And yeah.
You know the trick I give you? I gave him a trick. I can't. What's it? Okay,
Hey, that's
okay,
cool.
bro.
That's cool, man. So yeah, that's the biggest. That was the biggest part in our relationship. Was I need to do a better job of communicating what I'm doing, what time I will be home, so she can. You know, sometimes she'll cook dinner and sit there waiting because I said I'd be home by 6, and 8 o'clock comes. Hey babe, what's up? Come in here. You know, the cold shoulder thing, and I'm like, yo, what's up? Like, I'm out here. I'm in these streets trying to get this money. Trying to get these lights on.
But she like, she knew it was 8, she would have started dinner at 7 and
Right.
it would have been ready.
Right.
You know,
And that was something I need to learn, but what
That's
her
huge.
expectation was, and me needing to own up to the fact that I was a bad communicator. And I thought I was good at it. I thought I was good. I talk a lot. I thought I was good at it. But
It's
I
different.
wasn't
It's
doing
different.
a good job of effectively communicating to her, you know, what I was doing, when I was doing it, how I was doing it, and, you know, blah, blah, blah. So once we fixed that, yes, I still had to scale down on what I was doing in work time in terms of like being home because I want to be present.
Yeah.
But in terms of us arguing about it or having, you know, friction, not so much.
Yeah.
Not so much.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was.
But
that
we
was
can't
it.
neglect the kids. How did that also, you know, transcend into the kids? Like, you know what I mean? You, as well as you being committed to the wife as a whole, the family, how did you realize or fine tune yourself to adjust to have both. So because after you give the wife time, you still gotta find energy for the kids, or it's vice versa sometimes. Because sometimes the wife would scale back and be like, "Go ahead, be with the kids." But at 10 o'clock, it's me. You know what I mean? And you like, I want to sleep at 10. But you can't. So now you up
It's
for
a tough
another.
question, huh? He's like,
I wish I had an answer for you. Well, first of all, a lot of Starbucks.
That's awesome.
Nah, but honestly, it's going back to the gym thing again. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah.
The gym thing has helped me to, one, gain more energy, two, be able to keep up with all of life's demands. But then two, also keep me like grounded in terms of like stress level and stuff like that. So when I do come home, my time is not spent being upset or being like, oh, I need to decompress now. Like I try to. There's a lot of little things, man. Like with the kids, for example. Like when I get in the car, when I'm done with a job, that is my time to decompress. I use that time. I drive home to pray, to worship, whatever it may be, to release whatever I'm holding on to negatively. So when I walk through, my family has me 100%. And it's not, I'm bringing home the stress from whatever. So then with the kids now, it's I'm not gonna lie, I have it easy. I'm just gonna be real. I have it easy. My wife does a really good job of like lining things up. She got them into swim. She got them into, hey, we're going to the park this weekend, setting up these things. I just show up. You know what I'm saying? So she kind of like maps it out and she puts it on my calendar because she knows if it's not on my calendar, I'm going to forget it. Like, that's just me. She puts it on the calendar and I show up. She knows that's like that's like the first thing I check every day.
Show up.
What show up. You know what I'm saying?
That's what you
That's
mean.
it.
Presence. Just be there, bro.
I'm there, baby.
And one other thing I'm gonna add to that, going back to the whole marriage thing, a big argument in our relationship. I don't know if we ever fixed it. I think my wife just kind of just learned it. It's the phone
Can't
thing.
win them all.
It's the phone thing. I'm always on my phone.
Oh.
So we've had so
That's
many.
tough.
I'd be at home watching the movie.
You still?
Oh.
Because you listening.
So,
Yeah.
no offense, bro. You the shade
hold on,
of my
hold on one
friendship,
second,
of my relationship.
Hold on a second.
Hold on a second. Hold on a second.
Oh, you done,
Hold on, can
bro.
you rewind that? I missed
Y'all
that part.
seen that meme? Hey, y'all seen that video?
Bruh, you the shade.
How was that guy, bro?
Hey, y'all seen that
Yes, I
video?
said it, baby. You the shade.
Where the guy's in the bed, he look at his phone, and then like lights off. They put him. They're sleeping. He's on the phone.
Oh, you talking about
That's
the reel?
it, yeah, the real.
Yeah.
Oh, bro, it's
But
like
it was
so
like,
little like that.
the
for
point of the
real.
reel was how nosy your wife is.
Yeah,
She's
so-
knocked out, and he's
As
like,
soon
you
as
know
you
what?
open it up,
Since she's knocked out, let me
let me
turn off
take-
the light. As soon as the light turned off, she's in the conversation looking too, and then he turns on the light, and she's back out.
Yeah, so
It's a dope reel.
that's how I
It's a
feel
dope
like.
reel.
That's how I feel like it is for you, right?
It was like that, man. But you know what? Again,
But it wasn't a nosy thing for
wasn't-
him.
no,
He
no,
wasn't.
no,
It's not really.
Yeah,
I
it was-
just
it was
thought about
never
that.
that.
It's
Okay.
just funny.
He just
Nah.
wasn't present.
I wasn't present,
Yeah.
and as much like, and my wife would tell you the truth, and I'm gonna tell you the truth too. Her actions and how she went about delivering it might not have been so good, but where she was coming from, though, she
Yeah.
was
Coming
100%
from a
right.
good
Yeah.
place.
She was 100% right.
Yeah.
And
She's right.
that's just it, like, bro. We had the last argument we had about that was like 4 or 5 months ago. It was
That's
about
good, man.
my cutoff time because work don't stop for me. When you're an entrepreneur,
Yeah, it don't.
it don't stop.
You have
Weekends,
to stop
night times, you have to be intentional about
it.
it.
You got to relax.
Right. So we had an agreement. Hey, if you wake up 5 a.m. or 4 a.m., whatever time you want to wake up and the kids asleep and I'm asleep, do you. That's on you, 1,000%.
Yeah.
But by 7 p.m., you need to be
That's it.
done. This is our time for the rest of the evening. Cool. I can work with that.
Yeah.
That was our agreement to meet in the middle and say,
Yeah.
hey, this is how I can have enough time to do what I need to do for work,
Yeah.
but then simultaneously make enough time to make sure that
Because
I'm
if you
not
do
gonna
wake
go
up
home.
at 4, that's like 16 hours in the day to do what you got to do.
I know we don't have a lot of time, but we're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about that. Seriously, look at the actions of all successful people, bro.
They get up early.
They are early.
Yeah.
And you know why? I was listening to a podcast. Listening to a podcast the other day, and you know what the dude said? The dude was like, "Yo, I'm up that early because the rest of the world is sleeping, so I have zero distractions."
Yeah.
Bro,
Yeah.
that
You
was
gotta
like
be up.
moment of clarity for me. I'm like, yo, so if and it's true because I'm at home. I'm a morning person. If little man wakes up at 4 a.m., like I'm done. Once I wake up at 4, there's no way I'm going back to sleep.
Yeah.
So I'll get up. I'll go downstairs and start working on whatever. By the time 7:30 hits and I have to start getting firstborn ready for school, bro, half my day is already done in terms of what was on my calendar. Like in terms of my scope of work, I had zero distractions. No wife, no kids, no phone calls, no emails, nothing. I just locked in. That grind time. Bro.
Yeah.
That 4 to 8 grind time.
Yeah.
You're
Then you-
naturally a morning person, right?
I am naturally a morning person, but at the same time, yeah, I'm naturally a morning person.
Yeah.
But the best feeling in the world, that 4 to 8, you knock out whatever you got to knock out.
Yeah.
You take a mid-morning nap.
Ooh.
Lord have mercy.
Ooh.
10 a.m., bro, you take a nap for an hour and come back to it.
You done.
You
good.
win. Hit the gym,
good.
you winning.
Those are the best now. When you wake up early,
Yes.
get some
Get
stuff
work
done,
done,
and then you go
go
to
back
sleep at
to
like
sleep.
8, 9.
Yes.
Yeah, you're right.
Absolutely.
It is.
Absolutely.
So we understand the commitment to the wife. We see, man, I'm just learning so much, and I talk to this man, so it's like I'm still learning, bro. I told y'all, like I told them recently, I'm like I go to Alex and just he helped me figure things out sometimes and explain things in a way I can't figure it out. But my thing is now planning, which Maestro's been telling me he's a calendar guy now. Everything's calendar. You
I
just
heard
hit on
Alex,
the calendar.
It's
I don't know
key,
about
bro.
planning with you, but planning sucks with me. I'm a mental planner, but I suck with planning in general. Like I'll be
down.
like, I know I need to do these things. By the time the end of the day, I probably did like 20% of what was on my
That sounds
mental
about
note.
right.
Yep.
I suck with notifications on my phone. It'll come off and I'm quick to put dismiss. I didn't even read it, you know what I'm saying? But I could have been my calendar telling me.
Oh gosh.
But it's like, I only could work well with trigger moments. Like if I saw Maestro, I'm like, crap, the battery. Like I got like trigger
By
moments
the
like
time
that.
it's too late. Okay.
Yeah.
Don't you guys be hearing me on the phone every time? Like, oh shoot! I forgot to do something every time. Like I'm just like.
So I'm like, how do you help? How do you plan? One, like literally everything from family, work, all of it. How do you plan? Do you come together with Alicia? All that, right? From that plan to, is your execution well after that, or is like you still hit and miss or whatever? And then how do you like perfect your planning from that point on?
Okay. So in terms of planning for family, like I said, that stuff is easy for me because Alicia handles most of that stuff.
That's
Family
good.
vacations, she's planning trips
Oh
for
wow,
like 2 years.
all
from
of
now.
it.
She handles all that stuff. So
You're just
I'm,
okay. Yes, here's
tell
the
me the
money.
date. Tell me
I'll
how
be
much
there.
is it gonna cost?
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like that. So she takes care
So
of
that
that.
alleviates a lot.
It does, and I'm so grateful for her. That I don't know if I ever told her. Baby,
That-
I love you. Thank you. I'm so grateful for that part because that is stress for me.
Yeah.
To like plan out stuff like that,
Yeah.
that's going to cause me more stress than anything else.
Yeah.
Because like, once money comes into the play and like it's not looking right, or time is off, or this person we got to collaborate with somebody else and their schedule, that's stressful.
Yeah.
I don't need it. She handles that way better than I do.
Gotcha.
So that's easy.
yeah.
When it comes to planning for work, I just like to plan in advance. Because again, you have to be real with yourself.
Yeah.
I am a procrastinator
Okay.
by nature. I will delay things until the very last moment where I have to do it. That has been me since high school, and it worked well for me. I never had to study. I just look at the book a few pages in the morning. Ace.
Yeah. Yeah.
Worked out great. College hit, and I had a reality check, and I was like, okay, I can't do this
That's
anymore. It's different.
Mm-hmm.
But so I'm a procrastinator, and I understand that about myself. So then I start, when I talk to clients and stuff like that. Before we even get off the phone, hey, can I just look at my calendar real quick? Let me see what day you're looking at. 2 weeks from now? Okay, cool. Okay, same time. Like if nothing else, if I don't do anything else,
So in the
you
midst
gonna
of you
forget.
talking, you
in the
already
midst
do
of my-
it. You,
bro, if we're on
yeah.
a phone
You
call
gonna
right now with a
forget.
client, I whip out the business phone. Hang on 1 second. Let me just pull up my calendar. Or I'm on the computer. One second. Let me just pull up the calendar. I live and die by this calendar because again, I'm a procrastinator.
Gotcha.
So if at least it's on the calendar, and when I do my calendar appointments, I put 2 reminders. One a week before the actual date, and a second one the day before. So in the event of life happening, and I'm not
Yes.
focusing on it, at least I get 2 reminders to solidify it. And then I don't need the reminders at that point.
Yeah.
It's popped up twice to me now.
Yeah.
I've already mentally locked it in. Oh yeah, Wednesday I got to be at such and such at 9 a.m. And now my calendar's in my head. I know. But again, it's just training myself because I know how I am. How do I go about planning better in the future?
Yeah.
Funny enough, I just hired my first employee.
What?
Yeah, she happened to have the same last name as me. She lives in the same house.
This guy, he has people.
So don't tell my wife.
Alex, bro.
You want to tell your wife?
Don't tell my wife. Don't tell my wife.
She won't know.
She won't even watch this.
Oh
Probably
my
not. She may not see it. She may not see it.
Does she know you here?
She dropped me
Oh
off, so I hope so. That's her calling. Where you at? You said
Alex, bro. Like that was so good.
That was really good.
But no, I again, knowing me, I've gotten so busy. Grateful to God, I'm not complaining about it.
Yes.
I've gotten so busy with work and new clients and all that good stuff that I have to bring on additional help. And I realized that it was starting to do a disservice to my clients because I was trying to wear all the hats still. And that was the weirdest part about being an entrepreneur. When you're in this place of I'm making enough money to support myself, but not making enough money to hire some help. That is the most awkward place you could be in because it's like, yo, I can't grow my business
Yeah.
because I
You
can't get
capped
enough
out.
help.
Yeah.
And I'm not making enough money to hire people, so how can I grow?
Yeah.
It's the weirdest place.
You need some
you would
interns.
Interns, yes. Didn't think about that, but yes, it's the weirdest place you can be in. So when I was like, finally got to a place financially, I was like, okay, I can hire some help. I told wifey I was gonna do that. She was like, you better pay me. Keep that money. Keep the money in the house. I was like, all right. Well, here's my expectations. You are an employee. At this point, here are the expectations. She's like, I got you. So now, when clients email me, they CC her on all the emails, and she's the one who responds to them. Hey, I got you. I'll add it to our calendar. We'll get this project done for you. If there's changes on whatever the case may be. She updates my calendar, or she'll update our project manager. We use Asana. She'll update Asana on whatever project needs to be updated from the client. And I contract out work now to certain graphic designers and video editors. She'll communicate with them. Hey, I need this done by this date. That's been the newest thing. That it's been about a week now since we've been doing this. I'm the happiest man in the world.
Wow.
Bro, this is the pinnacle of success for me. Like, to have somebody else have to deal with that part of my business, I've made it, bro. Like, I've made it in life. Just I'm so simple. I'm so easy. Like, having that taking that pressure off the table, and then you don't have to worry about that.
Yeah.
Planning all that stuff now, she takes care of most of that stuff. Prior to her, again, calendar, bro. Calendar. That's it. Adopt that, bro.
Okay.
For sure. And
can she get fired if she mess up?
She's an employee, bro.
She W-9 right now. So, yes.
Good luck with that. Having that conversation.
No, there's no problem firing her. It's just weird at home. So then, how was your day?
I got fired from my job.
My boss is a jerk. Really? He probably meant good.
He meant good. I'm sure he did. So as we are gearing to wrap it up, because we do value time. We do value that. You value our time. We also value your time. We want to hear 3 advice or tips that you would like to give in that whole process that you've been through. You can make it real quick. You've given a lot of things. We can even repeat some stuff you said just to reiterate on it. Okay. But just 3 advice and tip that you have for someone who's looking to take this path, and they're probably in that line of, oh man, should I leave? Should I save? What could you say to the listeners, or even to us too, that we might be able to apply and all that?
For sure. First and foremost, start. Just start. Like, I can't tell you how many times I've talked myself out of doing things because whatever, like going in circles, trying to make it make sense to myself in my mind. But I'm like, yo, just get to the gym. Just get there. Stop thinking about it. Stop talking about it. Just start.
Just start.
So, like, if you're on the fence about whatever, like, don't be on the fence anymore. Lukewarm water has zero purpose. Be hot or cold. Pick one. Yeah. Just start. Yeah. So that's the first thing I would put out there. The second thing, maybe the most important thing that's near and dear to me, is believe in you. And that is super important because, I mean, it's self-explanatory. If you don't believe in you, whatever, again, using my industry and what I do, why would my clients trust me to spend money with me if I don't even believe in me? Why would they spend money with me?
Makes sense.
You got to believe in you, especially when those tough times come and you start questioning, dang, did I make the right decision? Should I be doing this? When those moments come, you're going to need those affirmations for yourself to remind you why you did this in the first place. And again, I'll be honest with y'all. I've had plenty of those moments in this process of, dang, I don't think I did the right thing. No. Stop that. Stop that. You made the right choice. You're uncomfortable right now, but that's okay. Believe in you. You were made for a time such as this. So you gotta believe that for sure. And number 3, trust the process. And I know it's cliche, but it's the most prevalent thing that I've seen happen in my business from start to right now at this point. There are so many things that I was looking for easy way out of because I was like, well, I don't really want to have to deal with that. Why do I have to do this? And I went through the thing. That's why you calling. She's like, where you at? When I went through the thing, it was like when I got out the end of it, I was like, yo, I get it now. If I didn't go through this, I wouldn't have the vision that I have now for the next time something like this or worse happens. If I never work out my biceps, how can I possibly ever do a pull-up when the time comes? If I never squat, how can we'll talk about that.
I see. He's just like,
I'm here.
We're here. We finally reached our level.
Yes, sir.
So you got to trust the process. Sometimes it sucks. Sometimes it's uncomfortable. But there's no growth in comfort. And I'm gonna leave y'all with this last story.
No growth in comfort.
Story.
That's fire.
I tell the story every chance I get because it's so real. There was a story. I don't know if it's real or not, but It's real to me. So the scientist is outside walking or whatever. He's in between his shifts, whatever. He's on lunch break. He's walking out, lab coat, chilling. He sees a butterfly in his cocoon, and the butterfly is trying to break out of the cocoon, but it's stuck. So the scientist goes over to it and is looking at it. And he's struggling. The butterfly can't get out. He has pity. He has empathy. He's like, nah, man, I gotta help this butterfly get out of the cocoon. Otherwise, he's not gonna be able to
get out
and live. Helps. He opens it up a little bit. Helps the butterfly get out the cocoon. The butterfly gets out. Takes a couple of steps. Watches it for another 20, 30 minutes, and the butterfly ends up dying. So I was like, yo, where is this going? Because he did not allow the butterfly to go through the process of breaking out of the cocoon, it never developed the strength in its wings it needed to learn how to fly. And it died because it never went through that struggle.
Since we don't have a mic, you can just drop this.
Drop the mic.
Drop the mic.
Trust the process, yo. It doesn't matter how uncomfortable it is. There is a reason why you have to go through this. And J. Cole said this on one of his performances on stage one day. He was like, yo, if someone had a magic wand to make everything in your life easy, he still wouldn't want it. Because, bro, you hit overnight success. You strike the lotto. You win $100 million. You have zero capabilities of managing $100 million. You haven't built any muscles to be able to maintain and manage that. Trust the process. Go through the struggle. There's a blessing in that, and there's a beauty in that, bro. So that's all I got, man.
But if it happened to me, it's gonna be my nest egg. I'm living off the interest.
Smart man.
I'm living off the interest.
People talking about some win the lotto, go back to work.
You're not doing that.
I'm quitting my job.
You're not doing that.
No, he buying more equipment. That's what he got to be doing.
He's going to invest. He's investing in the business.
All day.
And then he will be looking outside in now.
All day, bro.
Yes, sir, man. We definitely appreciate it. But you give us one last story. We got one last thing. We got to do it real fast.
What's up, man?
So Mark talked about it in the beginning, or was it pre-recording or whatever? But we do have a thing that we do every episode. We got 5 questions for you. You get to choose one of us. You know, Mark was like, you should choose him or whatever, but you get to choose. You don't have to listen to nothing.
All right.
That you're going to go up against. And we're going to ask them as quick as possible. We'll give you 3 chances, and then we got to give you the answer.
Per question.
If y'all can't get it, we give you the answer. So it's going to be fast-paced question series because time is of the essence.
So who's asking the questions?
It depends on who you don't pick.
We'll ask the question.
To that person.
Yeah.
To both of you and the person.
So if you pick...
Okay.
2 people will be asking the question.
Yeah. So if you pick Mark, then we'll be asking y'all the question.
Well, Mark want that pressure, the smoke, man.
Yo, I was hoping to play the reverse psychology.
It didn't work at all.
Let's go.
You knew what I was doing. You still thinking?
I didn't know, bro.
Quick breakdown of the rules.
What's up, man?
Once you hear the question, you have to say your name to cue yourself in to answer. So you hear it, Alex. Then you get a chance to answer. He'll say Mark.
If you answer it and you didn't say your name, Mark
can say Mark and say the same answer you said. And get credit. So you have to say your name.
All right.
We had to help you. Think outside the box.
Game time, baby.
That's the key.
Let's go fast paced.
I go first. What has a neck but has no head?
Alex. Basketball hoop.
Ooh, no. You got 2 left. But you can go back to back.
You can keep going.
Has a head but no neck.
What has a neck?
Oh, neck.
Yeah, you probably didn't hear it.
But has no head.
Mark. A shirt.
Ooh, that was good, but no.
Ooh,
it is an object, so you're right.
It is an object.
It is an object.
Dang.
And it's an object you probably bring to a basketball game. What has a neck but has no head?
Making it look bad on camera.
Wait, it has a head and a neck?
It has a neck.
And it can be
but
held.
It has no head.
It can be
and
held.
It's an object. Huh? It could be what?
Held.
And it could be held. It's a good.
It can be held.
It can be held.
And you bring it to the basketball court.
Yes.
Yep.
You gonna hold it and bring it to the court.
Mark. Basketball?
No.
Think about the neck, no head though.
What has a neck and has no head?
Y'all got one more shot at it.
Because
it
can be held. It can be
It's
brought to
gonna
a
be
basketball court, and you're gonna need it at a basketball game.
Yeah.
Wait.
You definitely need it to keep going. Fuels you.
That's
Mark.
a big clue.
Water bottle.
Bottle.
Ding,
Yeah.
ding, ding. I'll give it to
It's
you.
bottle.
Bottle.
That's
Yeah.
Mark.
Mark's been good, man.
The worst part about that, bro, was in my mind. I was like, nah, that's dumb.
Don't think that. Don't
Think
think that.
outside the box.
That's wild.
Number 2, what is cut on a table but is never eaten? What is cut on a table but is never eaten? And my first clue will be,
Mark.
it would definitely be on this table.
Table flop.
No.
Okay.
My first clue is it would definitely be on this table.
What is
What
Huh?
is cut on a table but is never eaten? And it would definitely be on this table. Alex.
What is cut
On a table.
You sure it wasn't his answer? That was a really good answer.
It wasn't. We would give it to him already.
That was a good answer.
But it's never.
My first
eaten.
clue is a really big clue.
Yeah.
You,
And it would
you give a
definitely
clue.
be-
What's the clue?
My
It would
clue is
definitely
it would
be on this
definitely
ta-
be on this table.
Mark.
Mm-hmm.
It would definitely be on this table.
Mm-hmm. Of all tables.
Mark.
Mm-hmm.
Green.
Oh.
Rag.
Mm-mm.
Okay, just
I
one.
give my second.
You got one more.
Oh, yeah.
shot?
No.
I give my second clue.
Get a clue.
Yeah. So remember, it can be what is cut on the table.
Oh,
Every-
Alex. Deck of cards.
Bet.
There you go.
All right. 1-1.
One
Roll in
more.
poker chips.
Go ahead. When you
Yeah.
take off
Yeah,
my
you-
when you take off my skin, I won't cry, but you will.
Mm.
What am I?
Alex.
Mark.
Onion.
Yeah.
I was
you-
That boy pulled off the hill. Okay.
Oh man, I was
2-1. He's warmed up.
Number 4. How is 7 different from the rest of the numbers between 1 and 10?
How is 7 different?
Mm-hmm.
House 7.
Think English.
Think phonemic.
Thanks for
I'm
knowing.
if y'all took literature or English 101
Nah, that's confusing even
Yeah.
or
more.
reading, Okay.
Well,
yeah, how
well,
is 7
This even taught
different
like,
from the rest of the numbers between 1 and 10? 1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh, Alex. Syllables.
That's 2 syllables.
Oh
Mark!
yeah, come on,
Mark, you
Mark.
got the first one, bro.
Come on.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Damn. I just want to remind
How'd
you.
you pull that out?
Mark,
Mark, come on, bro.
It's
You
the
gotta
number
get
5.
this
You
one.
gotta get this one.
You gotta
All
get-
right.
You gotta open it and close it, bro.
You have a basket with 20 apples. You have 20 hungry children. Every child should get an apple, but one apple should remain in the basket. How do you do that?
One more time, please.
Okay. You have a basket with 20 apples.
Hold on, slow down.
Mm-hmm. Basket with 20 apples.
I'm with you. I'm following.
Mm-hmm. Ready?
Okay.
You gotta
You
gotta
like
process
it? You have a
it.
calendar? You put in a calendar?
Break it down.
That's what you do.
It's in the calendar.
It's in the calendar.
You have 20 hungry children.
Mm-hmm.
Every child should get an apple, but one apple should remain in the basket. How do you do that?
Any clues?
Alex, split one of the apples?
That's
whole
a
apple.
good answer, but no.
Right. Every child must have a
whole.
whole apple to
You didn't
themselves.
specify that much.
Think about any child party you ever been to, and you're passing it out, and it's like, well, you might as well
Mark.
just take.
Somebody didn't want this, or they share with someone else.
Every
Oh.
child will get an apple,
They will get.
a full apple, a whole apple.
All right, read it one more time.
Okay.
Something includes there.
Another clue for this is the presentation. It's
There's
Okay.
something that he says that's key.
yeah.
All right, go ahead.
Yeah,
Read it
say
again.
it again.
You have a basket with 20 apples. You have 20 hungry children. Every child should get an apple, but one apple should remain in the basket. How do you do that?
Mark. It's gonna sound dumb.
Just go for it.
You give 19. You should share with this first 19, and then the I guess. I'm close. I guess I'm close.
Yeah, you are. Don't let Alex steal it now. You better close the deal.
No, wait, no. I'm gonna stop right there. Hold on.
No,
Close the deal. You give it to 19.
Put the nail in the coffin.
Yeah, and then
you give the last one to the 20th person.
the last what?
Last apple.
How do you do that?
By taking it from the basket and giving it to the child.
Oh,
No.
you're real close though.
You're at 95%.
Yes.
The answer.
It's literally your conclusion.
One thing you said made you wrong.
Think about the presentation.
Literally.
Think
it's
about
all-
kids.
Mark, by handing the basket to that child.
Answer.
I was
Alex, like, did you literally give me this? Alex, like, did you literally give me this?
Presentation?
Damn,
That's
I was
how
just
with the
about to say
onion
it.
thing. That's how. That's the onion thing. Oh, just about to say. Oh my God, bro.
As good as this
Yeah,
round
You
was,
got me on that one.
it's Alex 3-2.
Yeah, 3-2.
Hey,
It's the onion that was that
That
The onion was that was the one.
That was it.
He's also,
Alex Onion.
yeah.
Alex Onion.
Hey, bro. He rapped that
That was
thing,
the
bro.
fastest.
That was a rap.
That's the fastest I've ever heard an answer, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Alex
is a
Onion.
rapper.
Hey, shout out to Shrek. on the ogres have layers.
Right?
Yes. Yes.
Oh my
yes.
God, man,
Man.
this was a great, dope episode. Thank
my
you for coming on, bro.
Appreciate you guys.
We learned a lot. I know
Literally.
you guys watching and listening heard great tips and just great advice, and just, bro, you can't grow being comfortable. That one sticks with
Yeah,
me,
that's
man. That
facts.
was tough. What? Anybody thinking about start. Follow this man. This man's Believe Media. It's BLI. Okay. EVE. All right. Media. If you need anything for your businesses, you need any content, tell the story, help branding, shoot out to this man ASAP. This man work is phenomenal. He's been doing it since my wife was pregnant, and even prior to that. So this man has been in the game, and he's been part of my family for so long. Is another brother from another mother, but the same father. Yes, sir.
Yes,
So,
Yes, sir.
yeah,
Ew.
definitely. So, yeah, man, we appreciate everybody. We got, listen to the outro. Let us know what you think about the outro for sure. More episode, of course, for season 2. We have a bonus episode coming out.
Yes, we do.
So check out for that one as well. Anything I'm missing out, fellas?
Nah, man, you said it all. Tuesday night lives,
Yes.
always,
Yes,
always.
sir.
On
Catch us
Tuesday,
on
catch us
Tuesday.
live on IG. Y'all know what it is. All right, man. Soy, we out here.
You thought we were done? Soy. Throw another topic. We'll lean on it. Even if you don't like it, we'll speak on it. Speak on it. Speak on it. Speak on it. Lean on it. Lean on it. Lean on it. We on it. We on it. We on it. Be honest. Be honest. Be honest. Throw another topic. We'll lean on it. Even if you don't like it, we'll speak on it. Mark is the ninja, you know he gon' do. Yeah. Touch at the camera, so please let him shoot. I'm a magician, so watch that boy poof. Poof. Let's speak his mind, he will speak his truth. Throw another topic. Lean on it. Even if you don't like it, we'll speak on it. Speak on it. Speak on it. Speak on it. Lean on it. Lean on it. Lean on it. Be honest. Be on it. We on it. Be honest. Be honest. Be honest. Throw another topic.